Safari. Bro Safari. Bruh Safari. Bruh. Yo, this is Bro Safari. You're watching Under the Gun TV.
Do I call you bro? Do I call you Nick?
You can call me Nick. You can call me bro. You can call me whatever you want, man.
All right, Nick, bro.
Yeah.
So what do you think about being one of the artists that was picked to perform at the inaugural first ever Hudson Music Project?
I am very stoked to be playing the first Hudson project. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like this used to be Camp Bisco. In years past, I don't know, but I always wanted to play there, and then I heard they kind of switched it up and rebranded it to the Hudson Project, so stoked to be here. I started DJing in like 1998, I believe. I had just graduated high school, and all throughout high school I was playing in bands, and got to college and didn't have a band to play with, and so one of my friends dragged me out to a party. I saw this DJ named Diesel Boy who was playing drum and bass, and I identified with the music because previously I'd been in punk rock, and it was just drum and bass and punk had this connection in terms of energy, so I just kind of went for it. Yeah.
Is it cool to have like the satisfaction when you know you're the only one on stage and you drop something or you play something and everyone goes fucking nuts?
Yeah, absolutely. Like if I'm working on a new song and I render out a version to test out, and it's just me up there playing the song that I just made that day by myself doing it. Yeah, there's definitely something about that that's really fulfilling as an artist. Yeah. The Blackout Tour is going to be in September, and the basic concept behind it is we're going to just completely deck out every venue with black lights, and it's like borderline obnoxious, but just
over the top a little bit.
Yeah, over the top, obnoxious, but fun. This started out in Miami this past year during the Winter Music Conference.
Yeah.
And the idea was that I was going to do a show where it was just Bro Safari and friends. And people were going to have to trust me that I was going to bring in a good lineup of people to fill it out. And it just went so well that we decided to turn it into a tour.
Cool.
So that's essentially how that happened, yeah. Like I said, obnoxious, rave, black light, party extravaganza.
A lot of neon green going on? Or?
Yeah, tons of neon. Yeah.
So your style is bassy, boomba, trappy. It's definitely not like your top 40 kind of EDM music, right?
No, not at all.
Somebody make some noise!
Everything is 100% bass driven. That's just what's always appealed to me. You know, I feel like I play an eclectic range of music, but you know, there's always going to be that common denominator, which is just like heavy bass and party tunes. I play a lot of stuff with a kind of hip hop feel to it, so it's kind of something that most audiences can relate to. You know, it feels like stuff they've heard, but they haven't. Hopefully. Yeah.
I know you're affiliated with Mad Decent. Are you on their label still, or how does that work?
Affiliated. They actually were like the first guys to take one of my songs as Bro Safari and release it. So that was like an instant affiliation. That I haven't released anything with them since, but that's there's no reason for it other than I've just given all of my music away for free. Literally every release I've ever put out, you can download for free. So I think a lot of labels kind of don't want to get behind, release something that I'm also giving away for free.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, how does that work? Because I feel like a lot of people are kind of unaware about the gray area of releasing EDM mixes and stuff like that in the record industry, because it's not really albums, but sometimes these artists release albums. Like, what's your take on all of it?
Well, I mean, I did an album this year with a guy named UFO, and that was not a mix. I mean, that was song, like a 10-song album, and we put it out for free. But then did a remix album 6 months later and packaged them both together and put them on iTunes. So you can download them for free on SoundCloud, or you could go to iTunes or Amazon or whatever and download them there as well. So I think that nobody really understands what's going on in terms of record sales, because it's like the Wild West.
Yeah.
In term, like the record labels are trying to get their shit together. The fans just want it now. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm one to cater to the fans and not the industry. You know what I mean?
All right, here's a question. How many times have you been doing an interview and horses walked by in the middle of it?
I think that's the first time a horse has
I'm
ever
gonna do
walked
this.
by.
I have to do this. Now that they're halfway gone. I swear they were there.
Well, they were there. I promise. I think in attitude, the music that I grew up on it resonates throughout, like not just the stuff that I'm doing, but a lot of dance music, honestly. Like I said, it's just the attitude, the feel. Growing up personally, I was a full-on punk kid, like the leather jacket, the boots, braces,
What kind of
and
bands?
everything.
Who are your bands?
I mean, the first band that I ever listened to, period, was the Dead Kennedys.
Okay. Liberty
Because my
Spikes and all?
sister, well, my sister's 5 years older than I am, and she was just, a pink-haired, punk girl in her teens. So when I was really young, I got exposed to, Dead Kennedys, Fugazi, Minor Threat, Black Flag, all of the kind of...
Descendants, all the real stuff, yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm doing all, this big festival run throughout the summer, which has been cool. Did EDC, Electric Forest, doing Tomorrow World. And then I'm going to do the Blackout tour in September, and then I'm doing the Animal House tour in December, which will close out the year for me, and I'll take a couple months off to work on music after that. We did the first Animal House tour last year, and no togas, but it was definitely the whole vibe on stage was party. We had, for the first couple shows, we even had a cooler on stage and some lawn chairs, and we just, if I wasn't playing or whoever was playing was DJing, we were all just hanging out, drinking, and just partying. So yeah, there's a bit of the party, the fratty kind of element, but it's tongue in cheek. You know what I mean?
Do you party a lot on tour, or is it not really?
Not so much. I mean, I drink, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But I'm 35, man. I feel like my body can't take too
The
much
abuse.
Yeah, if I'm going out and I'm playing 2 shows in a weekend, I'll have some drinks, but I cannot deal with hangovers at this point. So I think I'm an expert drinker. I've learned when to cut myself off,
Can you perform drunk?
Well, yes, but
Can you
I
perform
don't.
drunk well?
Yeah, sometimes you'll perform even better because you're looser and you're taking risks you wouldn't normally take. However, I don't test that theory. I just hold off until right when I start. I'll have a couple drinks before my set, and then sometimes I'll finish a set and be like, holy shit, I'm drunk and I did not mean to. It's just I'm literally up there sweating and hot, and there's a bottle.
This happened, yeah.
Yeah, there's a cranberry vodka. I just chug it because it's cold.
You needed to be refreshed.
Yeah.
Hydration.
Yeah. That's what I'll tell myself.
Cool.
Yo, big thanks to Under the Gun TV. This is Bro Safari at Hudson Project. Peace.